Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how I MacGyvered a car ignition system on this vintage Briggs & Stratton engine. And the reason I was doing this is I was getting no spark. So, as you can see, I just removed these wires, disconnected them. So behind here, if you watch my previous videos, there's an ignition coil that's activated by induction from spinning magnet on the rotor behind this. And for some reason, I think the ignition coil is not working, but I'm at this point also thinking that it could be the capacitor. But regardless, I just disconnected it completely, all the wires, and just went ahead and put a car ignition system in it. So basically what I'm doing is, instead of having the ignition coil from there, I'm using this kind of ignition coil. This one's actually bad. Well, it's kind of working, but it's getting too hot, so I'm using that other one. It's just the same. So positive from the battery, which is this red or kind of pinkish orange wire. It's from here, goes to the positive on the ignition coil, to the negative, comes out through the negative, and that negative goes to the contact points. From there, there's also a capacitor. The ground wire over there, ground black, I just happened to connect it on the capacitor screw. And I also, as you can see, connected the body of that capacitor. I put a wire on and connected to the negative terminal, because I'm pretty sure the capacitor itself has to have good ground to it. And from there, then I just have a spark plug. Unfortunately, I had to steal this from the Rambler, so I can't drive anywhere now. If I have to, I just have to remove the ignition coil and the spark plug wire here, and it's working. I will have to find a way to recharge the battery, because the downside of this system, the disadvantage, is that the ignition coil is a transformer and it does use up power, whereas with the permanent magnet spinning system, it just spinning of the magnet is what creates the spark, so it uses no electricity whatsoever, so that doesn't use a battery. We'll experiment with it a little bit more. I might just I had also to, so initially I tried to just connect the two capacitors together, but I think that didn't work. And the reason I say I think is because there's two variables. That auger ignition coil was bad. So, but I went ahead and I just disconnected that one. I still left it there, but it's just disconnected. It's that wire there. It's hanging off there. I just disconnected the automotive one, because I know for sure that capacitor is correspondent with this ignition coil. So different ignition coils with different capacitors is a whole different story, but that's for another video. I'm not going to show it running because it's just makes too much noise, but I just got it started, and there's my gauge there. And honestly, I've got a lot of work to do. I can't really be playing around with this for very long, so just hope this helps somebody out there.